Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to European Racing Series Tier 2. And we're at round number 8 this evening at Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It is the second longest circuit on the calendar after Spa, and it's located right in the heart of the city, close to the main promenade on the Caspian Sea. Welcome aboard, I'm Jess, and I'll be your commentator as per usual. This beautiful city circuit has 20 corners at 3.7 miles long, which rides its way in between the buildings and through the old part of the city. 2 DRS zones here, one at the start finish straight and one just at the start of turn 2. By the time they get through into turn 1, speeds go up to 210 miles per hour. Now before we go straight to the qualifying action here today, I'm going to be taking you through the results, well basically the standings for this tier. So currently in the lead by 24 points is Alex Bitto, with 122 points. Second is Maranello Baby with 98 points. Excuse me. Third place is Cryptic with 91 points. Fourth place is Dragon with 63 points. Fifth place is Sig with 47 points, who got a win in Monaco last time about, and a really deserving one at that, keeping it mainly penalty free. P6 is TX606 and with 46 points. 7th place is Pazik with 38 points. 8th place is Higgsy with 27 points. 9th place is Kalissa with 26 points. 10th place is Ryzen with 17 points. Then we got 11th place. Oh, the standings just disappeared for a second there. Let me get it back up. There we go. 11th place is Burke with 14 points. 12th place is Ixana with 12 points. 13th place is Max Fawn with 9 points. 14th place is Verstappen with 6 points. 15th place is Furball with 5 points. 16th place is Set with 4 points. And Hydrodan 17th on 1 point. Both Set and Hydrodan got their first points last week, and it was very deserving. And people yet to score out of the ones that have been there most of the season is Black Sheep. And we got 2 new drivers here tonight of Terrible Bob and Sleek, so it'll be interesting to see how well they do. So without further ado, I am going to be going straight to the amazing race, and I nearly pressed the wrong button, and what a disaster that would have been if I did that. So welcome aboard, guys, and Sleep currently sets the benchmark time at the moment with a 1:39.8. I think we could expect to see people in the 1:36s today, but you never know what the drivers can throw at us. It is Baku after all. It is a race full of attrition. Some of the drivers find it particularly challenging to get Baku absolutely right. So it's very important that they get this right. And it's also a track where it requires a lot of downforce as well. So in particular, we may see a mixture of strategies. Now I remember last year, well in the last game, the softs weren't used quite often, but due to tyre degradation being a lot different this year, we could expect to see softs being used more often in qualifying. Maybe we could see people doing a 2-stop. We'll find out as Hydrodan moves out of the way. I'm trying to see who's on the lap at the moment, and I believe Hazik is on 1. So if I try and find my notes around Baku, I can take you on an amazing hot lap around this circuit. And to be honest, it's a very good circuit as well. So I'm just going to be going through that if I get my notes very quickly. There we go. So we are about to go through turn number 1, the first of many 90-degree corners in Baku, and then you're going to be heading towards turn 2, one wide on exit. You can't afford to be slowed down on the straight. Turn 4, basically going through the start finish straight here. Well, it's not the start finish straight, it's one of the first DRS straights you are approaching on the circuit. Go down to 3rd gear here, go into the right hand side a little bit here, and then you're going to be going towards turn 5 and 6. Brake around 75 meters, just a little bit, going to 3rd gear. As you can see, Pazik getting purple in sector 2. So at the moment, his times are not looking too bad. And now heading towards the dreaded castle section. Watch out for that tonight, as that could cause a lot of drivers to bin it. So hopefully that shouldn't be an issue for the drivers tonight. Go through that left-hand cap, and already he has invalidated. So unfortunately, that's continued my curses of not getting a hot lap, which is a bit of a shame, but there we go. So I'm just going to see who else I can go on board with, who is about to finish a lap. Not many people I think let's go on board with our championship leader. So, I'm trying to actually see if I've got a hot spot for that, which I don't, which is very annoying, but there we go. So, Bito is going, well, I think he's a little bit further behind on the lap, so let's not go on board with him. So, Pazik is probably going to have a bit of a worry because he'll have to set another lap, which is a bit unfortunate, but what can you do around here? As Verstappen got a little bit squirmy there going into the DRS straight. So he's probably going to find try and find a little bit more time. We'll have to wait and see. And since Baku is quite difficult, then we could expect times to not be as close this week. After all, it is also another street circuit where some people like it, some people hate it. It's a Marmite track. I would say it's a Marmite track in a way as well, but yeah, only one way to find out, as I'm trying to find stuff about Azerbaijan, which I can find. So the deltas is quite interesting around here, because the deltas 1.2 seconds between the softs and the mediums, 1.8 seconds between the softs and the hards. So that is going to be quite intense for the drivers, because they'll have to manage their soft tyres just a little bit more compared to previous seasons. And I think it's a bit more of a delta compared to last time as well. So I think it's better if I get the stuff which has all the tyres that I want in a separate... Oh, wait, give me a second. As we got Verstappen across the line, and he goes P2 at the moment with a 1:39.3. Interestingly, a few people are already opting for the soft compounded tyres. That is a bit early, but this could prove that they may be predicting some safety cars. And if they do, then they can pit and they can afford to do the type of strategy for that. The softs, it's kind of like the hard compounded tyres. It's not a tyre that lasts very long. China lasts a bit, I think a little bit shorter. I think 7 laps. Baku, 8 laps. So, if I was them, I would get out of the softs straight away. And then, because it's around about 26 laps, you can get away with going on the hards until the end of the Grand Prix. So, soft to hards will probably be the best option. Maybe pit a lap earlier, lap 7 for the undercut. That's what I would do anyway if I was driver in that situation. So we've got Valu, who's on a lap as well in the other AlphaTauri. I almost called it Alfa Romeo, I think, earlier. I do apologise. But I think I was a bit late with his DRS there, so probably he's not on a lap. I do see a Ferrari parked on the side there. I'm not quite sure what happened. Unfortunately, Dragon has retired somewhere, but I didn't quite see what it was as I was trying to get a few of my notes up. But, you know, it is going to be very intense. I know I keep saying intense, but, however, it's going to be an interesting watch for the drivers, in particular the ones who haven't scored many points. Verbal was looking quite good in practice earlier on as well, and I expect big things from him. Bosvik, I do believe Bosvik needs to have some better luck this season. So far, even though he started quite late into the season, he hasn't been that good. But to be honest, this could be the breakthrough for him that we're talking about. Maybe he could start to realise that if other people make mistakes and he makes less mistakes, then maybe it can help him a little bit more. And I like that. I like that. It's quite good to tell you the truth. And let me know if you can hear me, by the way. I think you can. So life is good. And I think a few more people have invalidated as well. Let's see how Bosvik goes through the second sector now as he starts. Didn't see what his third sector split was. Let's see how he approached the castle. Not too bad, actually. I could definitely tell you a lot of people have been practicing the castle section as of late. I know I have around Baku, but when I usually tend to race around Baku, things just don't go so well. It just goes absolutely rubbish. So I think these drivers are probably going to suffer from the same things. And maybe it will take a while for some of these drivers to master the difficult track around Baku. So, I wonder, how is this going to play for Bosvik? He needs to get into the top 10. He needs to be getting some points here. Some decent points. So, he comes across the line now, and it is P6 for the 139.3. Now, the tyre temps is going to be quite hot around here. I've noticed when I was watching other races around Baku that it can get a handful, especially on the rears. And I did a My Team race around Baku, and I was hoping that it was not going to rain, but unfortunately, it did rain, which I was very, very frustrated about. And it was... So I've never experienced what it's like in a dry on this game around Baku, but maybe I might try again in the future. But yeah, I mean, it's a bit annoying if they get to experience the wet weather. I haven't seen much indication as to what the weather is going to be like for these drivers, I don't think. So I think it could be dry. I think it is a dry race. To be honest, I would like to see changeable conditions for these drivers. That will make things a little bit more interesting, a little bit more of an even playing field. All the new tracks are now done on the calendar, so they now got to concentrate on the tracks they know very well. And I know for some of these guys, they'll be practicing some more than others. Now, Higgsy then. Higgsy was another driver that benefited from less penalties. Now, Higgsy got a podium last time out due to less penalties, which was very, very impressive. His best result of the season. Before that, his best result was in Zandvoort, where he got a P6. So I imagine Higgsy is not going to be resting on his laurels tonight. He's going to show that he's more of a one-trip pony. He can get more podiums in the season, and to get more podiums, Higgsy's probably going to try and get less penalties like he did last week. So here we go. Higgsy is about to start his lap, about to be approaching turn 1. We've got a few people on their out lap, so I don't think that many people are going to... Well, some people are going to have advantage of having clear air, but for some people, they just want to get out when the track starts to evolve, because it will be the calm before the storm period, as I would like to say. So that should be intriguing, to say the least. And let's see who else is about to go on a lap. Now, we've got Verstappen on the lap at the moment. He's currently sitting 5th. We have got, I think, Valu as well on an out lap. He's currently sitting 12th at the moment. Where is he in the standings? I'll need to double check that on my little thingy, because I have got Google Sheets now on my little device. Valu is, I believe, a reserve. Yeah, he is a reserve driver, so... but I won't be surprised if he comes full-time soon, because there's a few drivers that haven't turned up to this league for quite some time, and it's still great to see that we're getting a good turnout for this league. Just goes to show that a lot of these drivers want to have a lot of fun, and for them, they want to get the best results, but they want to improve as much as they can as well. So we'll find out in due course. Now, remember when Lance Stroll got his first podium here? There was quite a few occasions, and obviously Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton incident with the brake check. That was a big talking point around Baku as well. You know, Baku could spark a bit of controversies, but can also bring out the best in people as well. Terrible Bob on his outlap. So is Cryptic down in 14th place. I wasn't expecting Cryptic to be down this low down. Now he's dropped down to 15th. And it's nice to see one of the new drivers, Slate, I think that's how you say the name, who's doing very well in the Ferrari in 4th position. He is looking quite consistent at the moment. So maybe the lap times we might be seeing maybe a bit slower than I thought, but it just goes to show that I am being proven wrong yet again. But Sleet has invalidated out lap, but that is not going to affect him that much, as he starts his lap as well. So I wonder who's going to be the last to cross the line. I think. So we've got 1 minute and 13 to go. There'll be a few people probably going to be doing a few laps. So we got Bosvik still on an out lap. TX as well. They could be the last person. Luckily, one of the Alfa Romeos moved out the way, thinking that the McLaren was on a flying lap, but actually it isn't. It is quite hard to... TX, I think, kind of reset to track there as well. I don't think you're meant to reset to track. As Verstappen has gone at fastest at the moment with a 1:38.7. I didn't see it pop up at the bottom of the screen, which is annoying that it doesn't do that at the moment. But hey-ho, but probably because I've got high GY, that's probably why. And Valu has retired from the session, so he won't be taking any further part in the qualifying here today. Higgsy is about to finish his lap on the mediums. The only driver on the medium compound tyre, so that should be intriguing to say the least. But he's not on a better lap, so he wants to start on the mediums for definite. Furball going past, just past the tricky little chicane and into the DRS straight. And there he goes, about to finish off his lap as well. Checker flag has fallen. Bitto will be starting in 16th place. Another huge shocker at the moment. Our championship leader, don't forget, not being able to reach the top guys at the moment. His nearest rival, Manello Baby Doe, is in 18th place. So at least he could salvage something into this. But could be one of the only ones that challenges Verstappen for pole position. We also got Black Sheep as well in the Williams, looking really impressive as well on the outset. We'll see how he goes then, going into the castle section. How does he manage it? That was close. But anyway, let's watch Burke as he's further away, well, closest on the lap. So here we go. We got a Red Bull about to cross the line as well. That's Cryptic. He goes in 4th place. That's pretty good. What about the Mercedes? What can he do? Can he get pole? The pole time at the moment is a 1:38.7. And there is a timing glitch. So we don't know what Burke's lap time is, unfortunately. So let's watch Black Sheep. So Black Sheep is got a little bit of a tie roll. His teammate didn't really help him there. Who was his teammate? His teammate was Maranello. So yeah, that was really, really bad as well. Furball comes across the line in 10th position. We've got a few Williams going into the pits. We've got Set as well, about to finish his lap in the beautiful black Mercedes. And a few guys retired from the session. A few guys were happy, including our pole sitter at the moment, provisional pole sitter at this stage. Set is going into the pit, so he's not going to improve. What about Burke? I think it is a glitch with the timing systems, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully I'll get a little bit of response, because you never know. They may be in the results screen already. We'll have to find out. I won't be checking chat too often, guys, but please let you know your thoughts. Who's going to win the race? We've got Rooney in the chat as well. TTD Louis says, can I play? Unfortunately, you can't, because it is a private lobby. It is a league race. Burke goes purple in sector 2, so I think, unless he makes a mistake, I think he's potentially going to get pole here, because his sector 3s have been remarkable. So here he goes then. He only needs to find a 10th. I think he can do it. I think he can do it. We'll see. Oh, has he done it? I don't know. It was impossible to tell. Oh, second. I think he just missed out as well. That is a shame for Burke. His best qualifying result of the season. Oh, just by 3/100ths of a second. Oh, my goodness. That is so close between the top 6, separated by only 2 tenths. The top 5 not even separated by a tenth. That is crazy. But anyway, let's have a look at your results then. Verstappen on pole position for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. He needs this. Qualifying is crucial around here. Burke in 2nd. Valu in 3rd position. Cryptic in 4th. Sig in 5th place. Pazik in 6th. Bosvik in 7th position. Black Sheep in 8th position. Sleeps in 9th. Furball rounds up your top 10. And I didn't see the rest of the standings. Sorry, guys. I didn't get a chance to scroll there. But, oh well. So, Well, we're going to get weatherized, and weatherized, it is a dry session, and someone has left. So hopefully someone will be able to join the session as soon as possible, really. And a few people are shocked in the chat that Bitto is not on pole, but I've seen around Baku that the alternate strategy could work. So maybe Bitto was doing it on purpose. I don't know. But we shall see. I think if he does that strategy right, if he climbs up from the back of the field, it could work. But around here, it may be a bit difficult. But, yeah. Still some huge surprises, but they can climb some really good places. And for those who just joined us, welcome along to European Racing Series. Luckily, Black Sheep has just joined just in time. So, we are about to get started. So, the formation lap is about to go on as well. Luckily, no glitches there at this stage. And Verstappen is already keen to get a go in there as he tries to warm his tyres and get a bit of cleaner air as well. So, let's look at the tyres that people have chosen for today's race. So, let me just get the relevant information. There we go. So, Burke, interestingly, Burke's on the hards. That is interesting. Did he set a lap on the hards? That would have been crazy. That's going to be intriguing, to say the least. He would have got pole if he was on the softs. But I think it's not the best race tyre. I'm not entirely sure if that was meant to happen, but I will double check that. Because everyone else inside the top 10 had decided to go on to the soft compounder tyre. And then we've got people outside the top 10, they've got free tyre choice. So we have got Terrible Bob on the mediums, TX on the mediums, Higgsy on the hards, Set on the hards, Hydrodan on the mediums, Bitto on the hards, which is not really a surprise, to be honest. He's going for hard to soft strategy, and I think that's what Burke is going to be doing as well. Dragon on the hards and Mount Yellow Baby on the mediums. So, I think the person to watch out for on the start line is definitely Valu. Valu's on the softer tyres. He's going to get the toe from both P1 and P2. He's potentially going to get a better run into turn 1. Or maybe team orders could come into play. We'll have to wait and see. But we will only find out who gets a better start once the 5 red lights go out. I'm very, very excited for this race. 26 laps await us here today. And who is going to be getting the right strategy and who's going to be making the bravest of overtakes? It's all about attrition, like I said earlier. They can't make much mistakes. And they're now, I think, within AI control by the looks of things for a majority of these guys. It's going to take a while for the guys to go find their grid slots, but we're about to get underway very, very soon. I hope you're all excited for the race to come. And you did see the pit stop strategy pop up again for the ones who are going on the soft compounder tyres. So we shall see. Now, we've seen a few people who got pole win the race. Could this happen today? We will see as the 5 red lights are on. And let's see who's going to get the best of starts. Is it going to be the Mercedes? Is it going to be the 2 Alpha And it is lights out and away we go. And looks like Valu has got a really good start. I can tell that he's trying to get a good start as well. But, oh, look at Cryptic. Cryptic's got a fantastic start as well compared to some of the other guys. Let's see how Verstappen could defend going in into this back straight. A few carbon fibre already lost. Already heading towards these tricky set of right-handers. And I think we had a few desync moments, I think, as well. So it's not Black Sheep that's leading, it is Verstappen. So it's going to be hard to try and see it. Hopefully the timings don't mess up, because otherwise I will have to reload the session, and I do not want to do that. And we do have a yellow flag. We do have a yellow flag. That's not Burke. I didn't see what that yellow flag is. So, Valu staying in third. Burke got a really horrible start. I think he was the one who got caught up in the incident and has got a bit of front wing damage. Miles lost a bit of his end plate as well, which costed him a chunk of time. But everybody else in the top 5 doing a decent job so far. Meanwhile, Bitto already up into P10, making his way around the circuit, already getting past Slate, and he's going to be targeting his next victim very, very soon. I can tell you that, as he goes towards turn 9, well, basically towards turn 18 and 19 now, and heading into the long straight. A little kick of turn 20, and then you're about to go onto the start-finish straight. The Ferrari is struggling a little bit as well. Sleet has dropped down a position. A few people have dropped down positions actually as well. And I believe Crypt's in the... No, Crypt is not in the lead. It's just a few drivers unfortunately getting ghosted. And we got Burke, who has going into the pits. And maybe Burke must have dropped because he was put onto the hard tyres, maybe. That is probably what has happened. So, yeah, he's got a front wing change, and then he goes on to the medium compounded tyres. So, sorry about the timing glitch, everybody. It's something that hopefully will get fixed soon. I keep saying this every week, and they just don't do it. They just don't do it, which is a bit unfortunate, but it seems to be a little bit more glitchy this week, so that means I find it a little bit more difficult to try and follow the cars, but unfortunately, we've got to live with it, unfortunately. So, I do believe Verstappen's still leading, but Cryptic is still catching up, heading towards the end of sector 2. Now heading towards turn 14, and then into the kink of turn 15. There he goes. Then to the start of sector 3 into turn 16. There he goes. And then the slight right of turn 17, and then the left of 18, and the right of 19, and into 20. Cryptic is going to be getting some straight line speed at the moment. If I was Cryptic, I would be the one that potentially could stay behind, because he could be the one that actually benefits from this. But we'll have to wait and see. He gets DRS just a little bit, actually, and we will see how well he does going into the DRS range. We got Patrick and Valu. Patrick made the move past Valu, actually, and TX has binned it as well, but that's a bit unfortunate. But let's see how Cryptic can do behind the race leader. Unfortunately, doesn't get the move done like he would have hoped, sadly. And that stays in P2. So, the biggest movers in this race so far are as follows. We've got Cryptic has gained 2 positions. Pazik gained 3. Terrible Bob has gained 5. Black Sheep has gained 1. Bitto has gained 8. Dragon has gained 8. Higgsy has gained 3. Marinella Baby has gained 7. Set has gained 2. Burke has dropped down 14. TX has dropped down 1. Sleet has dropped down 5. Boswick has dropped down 8. Not a good start for him. Hydra Dan has dropped down 2. And Fairbolt dropped down 8. And, Cryptic got a bit close to Verstappen's gearbox there as well. Both of them, I think, are getting very, very feisty heading towards turn 14 and 15. But again, Cryptic a little bit further back to challenge on this occasion. I think, to be honest, Cryptic should potentially go and try for these moves and see if he can make it work, because you never know. You never know with the likes of Cryptic, because he's the one that has won a lot of races before. He is the one that's made some battles work in the past. So I'm a bit shocked that he's not going to try and make for the move yet, but I think he's just biding his time just a little bit more, I think. And then that is when he is going to try and go for the move. Another person very, very close could potentially be Sig and Valu as well. Sig and Valu all looking very, very impressive right now. Valu Even though he's dropped one position, at least he's only dropped one position. He could have been in a much worse state in that AlphaTauri. Just didn't get the start that Cryptic gets. Cryptic would probably be a good contender for driver of the day right now if he keeps this up. And we can see Leaves has dropped down positions again. And Verbal has retired from the session. I think it's in the pits, I think. I'm not sure. It's impossible to follow because not everyone has got past it yet. So, no safety car. I thought it would have been a VSC, but I think that just goes to show that they probably have, retired from the pit lane. So, yes, that is interesting. So, here we go then. Cryptic on the back of Verstappen. He's even closer than other laps. This could be his chance going in towards turn 20 and into the final corner. He is definitely getting the better run. Verstappen is definitely holding on for dear life right now. Cryptic holds to the left. He then goes to the right, and I think he gets the move done, which he does. But I think Verstappen's going to get DRS, so I think not all is lost for the AlphaTauri driver, but he's not used to being in this position in this tier. He's got the DRS, but I don't think he is close enough. Nope, he's not close enough. So, at this stage, he's going to stay in P2. But don't forget, penalties can come into effect as well. Pit window, lap 7. Lap 7 to 9 is when these guys will be going on to some tyres. And Higgsy goes into the pits as well. I'm not sure if it's for a scheduled stop, but he goes on to the mediums. A bit risky there, but I'm guessing he wants to, or maybe just caught up in damage, and maybe he wants to have some softs that can last until the end of the race. Now you can see Verstappen getting a bit worried because Pazik and Valu are catching up, and the more you're battling the guys up the front, the more the other guys are going to start to form that DRS train. Bitto already up into 5th place. That is absolutely crazy. He has been the biggest gainer so far. Black Sheep doing well at the moment. Manello Baby also doing fantastic actually. Manello Baby up into P7. And I did see a front end plate missing. I didn't see who that was. I actually need to turn this down so I can actually check the chat as well. There's quite a lot of things going on, as yeah, it was Black Sheep as he goes into the pits. Verstappen gets the undercut then. So here he goes onto the hard tyres. It can make it to the end, I think. Yes, it can, because we've got 20 laps to go after this one. So yes. Oh! Did he get damaged there? It's hard. He might have binned it out of the pit lane, but luckily it was only minor, so I think he could keep going. But we will see. That might have cost him though. The other guy that pitted was the one that he was battling with, was Pazik in P10. He could possibly sense an opportunity in this. I might be blindsided here. I don't even know, but I definitely did see something coming out of his car. And we have lost another driver, unfortunately, and that was Pazik, who has had, no, not Pazik, Hydrodan, sorry. Pazik gets past Verstappen, and I think it was no harm done because I think Verstappen is struggling, but we will see. Oh, Yappy definitely has to go into the pits now. I think that's an example of commentator's curse right there. So, yeah, I hate jinxing people, but there we go. So, Hydrodan and Ferber out of this race. Pazik now pulling away from the AlphaTauri driver, and that's our pole sitter out of the race. And that has caused a virtual safety car. So, yeah, already 3 retirements. And let us know in the chat, guys, how many retirements do you think we'll get? Verstappen was starting so well. He was controlling the race for quite a bit as well. But, unfortunately, he just got very unlucky going out of the pit lane. This could be really good for the likes of Bitto, Valu and Cryptic. They're going into the pit lane right now. Who's going to come out in front? It is the battle of the pit crews. And it is Valley that comes out on top at the moment. Bito's going to try and see how long he can stretch those hard tyres. Don't forget the hard tyres can go for around about 20 laps of this race. And DRS is enabled again, so the VSC has ended. And Verstappen just went in our Discord chat saying F, F, F. And I'm not going to say what the actual word meant because obviously a lot of people are watching and I don't want to say that, but I can tell from the way that he said it in chat, he was not happy. But maybe he could get a good result next week when we head to, I believe it's Canada next week. Which I will double check. Yeah, it is Canada next week. But yeah. I did tell people that this is a race of attrition at this moment in time, and that's what these guys are doing. The only battles that are happening are people on different strategies. We got Set in the middle of this, and we got Value that just got past him, and then we got Cryptic on 0 lap. Oh, Hardy just appeared as well, and he wants to get past. Cryptic does not want to be the one that gets held up in this traffic jam. You definitely do not want that to happen, and you're going to be losing so much time to Value if you do that. So maybe Cryptic could try and get him on the straight potentially. You never know. And Bosvik has just retired from the session as well. And that's caused another VSC, so a chance of a potential overtake for some of these guys are pretty much over. So yeah, so we're already down to 14 drivers. And I think potentially the people near the front are hoping for a safety car, really. Because Bito could put onto the mediums, which could last until the end, and drop to get him. I don't think, to be honest, I don't think they'll be wanting a safety car yet, though. So, yeah. But it gives a lot of people a chance to warm up their tyres. And the ones who do get away with no damage, then fair play to them. Fair play. So, the net race leader at the moment is Value in the AlphaTauri. So at least one AlphaTauri car is doing well so far in this race and holding steady against the rest of the cars. And I jinxed that. I should stop jinxing people because it never goes well. And they're both going side by side here. It's going to be very, very risky. Set gets past and I think it was a bit of damage there. I think quite a few people will be going into the pits there. That was, I think, too risky, and that's dropped Set down into 8. I think that just goes to show as well, if you get held up too much, then that's the cause of it. And he's on a different strategy compared to everyone else. TX, I think, needs to be out of the way as well, so otherwise he could get damaged too. Oh, God, please don't let this go 3 wide. Because it would end in tears. And we've got a few people going into the pit lane, so TX still tries to hold on. Cryptic and Pazik still going side by side. And Value does have to pit again for the mediums this time. So, a bit of a shame for him, but at least he can have a focus with a new goal in mind. And Burke has retired as well. So we're down to 13. Where was that? That was in the pit lane. I guess Burke had enough, which I don't blame him, but it is very important in the racing that you don't give up in these type of scenarios, because you never know, you could be getting points, and I think the ones that do survive this could potentially get the best chance of points. The way this is going, we've got another yellow flag, we got a safety car. Manello, baby, has probably thought to himself, yes, Safety car, that's probably worked really well. I can go on to the hards, job's a good one. But that's going to be really hard to warm his tyres up, so... But yeah, if I was Maranello, baby, go on the hards. That would be the best option, I think. So... Here we go. So anyway, Maranello, baby. Is he going to go into the pits? Who is going to go into the pits? Bitto goes in. Well, it's not really a surprise, to be honest. You can go on the mediums. With it being a safety car for a few laps, then it can work. 16 laps on the mediums, which is how long it lasts. So there he goes on to the medium tyres. Maranello, baby, is going on to the hards. So there he goes. Dragon goes on to the mediums. Bitto, there we go. And his teammate, Terrible Bob, also goes on to the hards. But he had to wait for a little bit due to a stop go penalty and front wind change. Or it might have been he got held up. I'm not entirely sure. But there he goes out. So, 12 drivers. More of a chance for a majority of these guys to get a good result here. Maranello, baby, is going to be leading the safety car along here. He's got quite a few wins due to him being lucky, but sometimes you need luck in these types of situations, and you need good skill. If you don't have the good skill to pull away, then you're not gonna have the best of luck. So this is probably gonna be a lot of pressure for Maranello, baby, to handle. However, I know Maranello, baby, is going to handle that pressure. So, we shall see. So, a few people deciding to stay out, including Sleep in 7th position on 7-lap old hards. Valu also chose to stay out as well in 12th place. So, where is he at the moment? There he is. And quite a few people that pitted recently. Pazik, Black Sheep, and Cryptic. They chose to stay out too because there's no harm in doing it. But maybe... I'm not sure if they had a spare set of mediums there. Because they could have gone to the mediums and they wouldn't have lost position. But I'm guessing they didn't want to take any unnecessary risk, which is fair enough. So, I think the safety car is going to go in for one more lap as we're going to be waiting for everyone to catch up. Valu, I think, will be the last to join that queue, but it won't be very long before he reaches that point. And this has changed the whole race completely. So, I'm just going to take a quick sip of my drink and I will be back. So we are back again for some more European Racing Series action around Azerbaijan. And we are about to get cracking once again for the restart of this race. I think my mic is fine, but I'll need to double check that very, very quickly. Yeah, my mic's all good. That's brilliant. And I almost muted the mic. That wouldn't have been good, would it? But, anyway. We will carry on with this race as we need to go on. And is a safety car coming in this lap? I don't think it is. Nope, it's not. I think the safety car pop-up will come in now. Yeah, it is coming in this lap, so boy was I wrong. So, lap 11 is 26 then. And approaching lap 12. It is now up to Maranello Baby to control this restart. And look at this lovely helicopter shot. And yeah, it was kind of good timing. I almost got it right. Because the beauty of good timing of these things is you know by watching other races when it could possibly come in with the pop-up. So yeah. Thank you for those who are staying with us. And are we ready for green flag racing once again here at Baku? Here we go. Maranello Baby is going to get a good run to the line. And he gets a good restart. What about Dragon and Bitto? Dragon being defensive into turn 1 already, unfortunately. Didn't get the best of camera shots here at the moment. But Dragon trying to hold his line, but Bitto onto the right-hand side. I think he's going to get job done and say to Hulkenberg, see you later, which he does. Bitto up into P2, but for how much longer? Dragon on those mediums as well. I think Dragon is looking very racy as well. The ones on the hards, they're going to find it a little bit more difficult due to the dirty air, and the ones on the medium tyres are, excuse me, are on the fresher rubber and the softer rubber as well. But we will see as this race goes on. Some more close battles starting to approach towards the back of the field. Set, unfortunately, has dropped down into 12th position of this race. Valu getting past him. And I thought Set would have got past due to those fresher tyres, but he might have got damage, I think, in the process again. So I think a lot of teams are going to have a lot of bills at the end of this race due to a lot of repairing bills, I've got to say. But there we go. So Set has got a lot of work to do to try and get this thing under control. Which, to be honest, I think he can do it. It is possible for him to get a better result. Penalties could come into effect too. Let's watch Valu on the back of Sig, last week's race winner. Not doing so well at the moment, but only time will tell. And we also got a battle for the lead as well. Bitto on Maranello Baby takes your race lead. And is he going to go for the lunge once again? Maranello Baby, I think, could be on the threat for the medium runners, including this guy, Dragon. Obviously, no DRS enabled as of yet. Oh my goodness, that was getting a little bit close there, I've got to say. But just goes to show what can happen in league racing. And we're approaching halfway now, so I think a few people are predicting some more safety cars. We've had 2 VSCs, 1 a safety car, so I believe it only needs 2 more, and then that would potentially be it. I'm not entirely sure. But for some of these guys, they're going to hope for no more safety cars. Cryptic, though, a second out of DRS. That's not what he wants to get past Pazic. And Sleeves is catching up on all the top 5-lap older tyres as well. So Sleeves doing absolutely amazing. So it just goes to show for Sleeves, he is not giving up. He is absolutely smashing it. I think he's probably going to be trying to keep his laps absolutely consistent around this track. And 7 tenths now, so he's dropped a little bit. So I think Cryptic has been given the message by Jeff that it is hammer time. So yeah, he needs to get a move on, which I know he's going to do, and he's going to do it with ease. So he's going to try his best and see what he can do. The gap now between first and second, 0.6 of a second. So, Man Hello Baby still drawing him in as well. Don't forget, it's a very long circuit, like I said earlier. It is the second longest circuit after Spa-Francorchamps. And don't forget, we've also got Singapore as well. Singapore, the longest race time on the calendar. But they won't be visiting that track until later on later on this season. And Sig has just lost it. Where did Sig lose it? That is interesting. So Sig has lost it. No damage though. Oh, has he got a puncher? No, he hasn't, because he's driving normally again. It was just my eyes deceiving things again. So, Man Hello Baby, 5 tenths. I think the crossover point between the mediums and the hards will be lap 23, lap 24. So, if Man Hello Baby just keeps in Bito's sight for that long, he can still challenge for the race victory. And I'm not going to be looking at penalties that much this race, because otherwise it's going to be a bit of an issue. And I like surprises as much as the next guy. And I know a lot of you other guys like surprises as well. So we are going to keep with the surprise front at this stage. I think Cryptic is doing not too bad on this ERS. What about Pazik? 67. Now, the track is cooling down. It is getting into the evening here at Baku, so the tyre temperatures are not going to be too bad, but if they don't get their braking points right and they send themselves into a spin, that is where their tyre temperatures are going to get incredibly hotter around here. And we are about to head with some intriguing statistics that Man Hello Baby could be on course to close the gap with Bito in the championship. Man Hello Baby takes the lead on the straight, and unfortunately the camera doesn't quite make justice, but he's got the move done anyway. I should have gone on board with him, but I didn't. And Bito is in second position of this race so far. Dragon in third place at the moment. Pazik in fourth. Cryptic fifth. Cryptic, let's see if he can get the lunge past Pazik. Now, let's see, he goes to the left-hand side. Can Pazik cover him off on the right? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, they touch a little bit. Oh, that has costed quite a few times, I've got to say. That is a shame there, sadly. But there we go. That just goes to show that anything can happen in league racing, and that is what he is experiencing at the moment. So let's go off-board at the moment, and let's get the outboard shot as they still keep on with this amazing battling that they're having at the moment. And I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. If you are, then make sure you give me a big follow, and also follow at European Series on Twitter to find out what's going on. You can also check out their Discord as well, which I will give a link pretty soon. And let's see then, Cryptic is looking even closer, trying to make a similar move, but meanwhile watching for the race lead. Bito getting the lead once again. Again, the camera angle's not getting close action at the moment. We're going to watch a similar move between Cryptic and Pazik. Also, we've got Black Sheep and TX as well. There's just so many battles happening in the space of a few laps. It's just getting absolutely insane at the moment. I mean, it's going to get ever so rapid as we head the final few stages of the race. All it's going to come down to is penalties and damage, really. And I think some of these guys are hoping that they don't get damage. I would be a bit worried if I was in their shoes. To be honest, I would probably get lapped quite a few times if I was in their shoes. But, you know, you only live once, so you have to make the most of this opportunity and obviously get a few chances going at this stage. And I think we've got Black Sheep closing in on TX once again. And touch wood, guys, let's hope we don't get any more retirements, because we don't want to get any more retirements, because that would be an absolute disaster if we see that happening in this race. And we can see Manello Baby closing up once again. This could be a ding-dong battle for pretty much the whole race. This time we're going to get a much better shot. Manello Baby takes the lead. But for how much longer are we going to see the race lead unfold? I mean, you know, this could be very, very good if they could keep this up. If they can keep this up, then we could be on for really good things at this moment in time. And Bitto takes the lead once again with a brilliant move around the outside into I can't remember what turn it is actually, but he got the move done anyway. And it's getting quite cloudy, so you never know, we could see a few drops of rain. It has happened. It has happened in the past where we have seen a few drops of rain. And we got Set down in 10th place at the moment. Still on course to be getting a point, but he wants to get more than 1 point as he tries to get past Valu. Valu had a really bad middle part of the race, but he's still recovering, and you've got to take the most out of every opportunity, and that is what Valu is trying to do. Trying to score as many points as he possibly can. And here we go, Manello Baby and Bitto going a battle once again. This is going absolutely crazy, but Manello Baby almost made a bit of a mistake there. This could be Bitto's chance, but I'm going to be following this battle as close as we possibly can now. Let's go on board with Bitto as we go towards this DRS straight. This is absolutely key. Manello Baby trying to break the slipstream as early as he possibly can and holds on to the lead this time. He didn't want to make the same mistake as he did last lap. However, Bitto is going to have the advantage on the next lap with the DRS, but maybe Manello Baby has a potentially right, but we will see. We will see. You never know. I don't know what Bitto's penalties are like, and I don't know what Manello Baby's penalties are like. So we're going to see how Bitto controls these last 7 or 8 laps and see if he could extend his championship lead. At the moment, he is looking like he could extend it. Unfortunately, I can't select a driver from the spectate menu, so I'll have to go through, I think, the menus in this case. I think that is probably what I'm going to do, unfortunately. But I think Bitto's a little bit further back to get the move this time. It's going to be a little bit too much to ask. Nope, he is not going to get it. I think he's struggling a little bit. Maybe those tyres are getting a little bit too overheated. Or he might have asked Jeff about Maranello's penalties. But this could be his chance once again. Oh, and they almost touch again. It's nice to see that they are showing some really respectable racing here in Baku. I don't know how they do it. If I do racing like that around Baku, I'll probably bin it myself. And yeah, I just tend to struggle quite a bit around here. And the way that it's getting quite overcast really quickly, I won't be surprised if we do see a bit of rain to spice things up towards the end. Oh, this could get very, very exciting if that does happen. I really do hope it happens. I don't like rain for the whole race, but at the end of the race, then oh my goodness, yes. So, you know, that is obviously what I like to happen, but, you know, anything could happen in Formula 1 as Terrible Bob, who is flying a bit under the radar at the moment. Terrible Bob has dropped down into 10th place on those hards. We got set on the middle. Terrible Bob, as I was just speaking about him being under the radar, he's now out of the race. He got very unlucky. I'm going to see. I won't be surprised if we see a safety car. It's got to be a safety car. Meanwhile, Bitter and Maranello Baby exchange positions again. Bitter gets the job done. And he's now in the lead. I wonder, I think Maranello Baby just wanted the DRS, but again, he's a little bit too further back to get the job done. And that is why he's staying in second position. So I've got to say, well done to these guys for keeping everybody respectable. And I'll be thinking of someone to raid after this. I was going to stream after this, but I realised I've got quite a few things to do after this race, which probably require a little bit more time. So I will do, I think, probably do a bit of streaming on Thursday. So please make sure that you do watch this space for more information. We're almost heading to the end of this race now. They can see that the end is near at this moment in time. Let us know your predictions on who you think is going to be winning this race. Who is going to be the one that takes the challenge over. I don't know, but there's only one way to find out, and you got to stay tuned in for a majority of this race. So Maranello Baby's going to try and go for the move once again. I'm going to go on board this time because the camera doesn't show quite justice at the moment. So Maranello Baby gets past once again, but Bitter with a lovely switchback, which he almost made work, but unfortunately it did not quite work out for him. This is going to be very, very exciting. Two championship rivals, quite even on pace. It'll be interesting to see the fastest laps from these guys to see how they have developed throughout time. Because I'm intrigued actually to see who would have done well and who would have, you know, if it was for that safety car, maybe Maranello Baby would have been down there, maybe Bitter would have been down there, but you never know. But you got to, like I said earlier, you've got to take opportunities with both hands. And Bitter looking very comfortable in the lead. But will he stay there? Only one way to find out. Maranello Baby looking a bit more confident with his ERS at this stage. I think he's loving life at the moment, I've got to say. And maybe he's got Dragano catching. Look at this. All this battling between the top two is allowing Dragon to catch up. So we could see a three-way fight for the race victory here today. And I am looking forward to this. Bring it on. I'm very, very excited. And I don't think Banana Baby's going to get it on this occasion. Don't forget the tyres. I think the hards are going to be a little bit more difficult in these type of conditions. So that's probably why Banana Baby, I think, probably is struggling just a little bit more. But the race is not over. We've still got 4 laps to go of this race. Or 3 laps to go, actually. And we've got a yellow flag. That is a Ferrari. Oh, it's probably people moving out of the way. It's probably people moving out of the way, as I do believe a few people are getting lapped. Oh, no. It's just probably people being slow, I think. But unfortunate there for a few people getting caught up, but that means more chance for people to get points, and only one person will lose out on points out of the finishers. So more of a chance for people to fight back, pretty much. And I think Dragon will be, right on the back of this with interest, I think, because he can think, right, if I'm struggling, a bit, then maybe Manello Baby could struggle, and maybe Dragon could pull into this. But Dragon's pulled away from this battle. Manello Baby takes the lead. He's got to pull away, surely. And it is getting better. It is not that overcast anymore. So the threat of rain has probably, potentially, gone out the window for a majority of these guys. And if I was bitter, I was thinking, oh no, I was hoping it'll be overcast because the people on the hards will struggle. But, you know, like I said, anything can happen in Formula One, and it's just showing right now that, unfortunately, the ones on the hards could be struggling and the ones on the mediums could be thriving. And if you are enjoying the action here today, make sure you do give us a follow, as someone's binned it. No! That's Manello Baby that's binned it. That is a bit of a shame from Manello Baby. And that means that he is probably going to be, I think, going... Oh! That gave me a heart attack. So the battle I was hoping was going to be for the race win, as probably, I think, not being good. But yeah, that definitely did give me a heart attack, that. But you never know. But anyway, phenomenal lap then. Bito, I think, could sense his victory, but the more crucial thing is, does Bito have any time penalties? I wonder. I think a few people in the chat may be paying a little bit more attention to those penalties, but I won't be checking them. I used to check them a lot last season, however, I am not going to check that much this season. And let's see if we can see any more battles happening at the moment. Maybe potentially between TX and Pazik. Yeah, that looks like we could see a battle between those two. As I can't remember what turns they are. It is hard to see what turns they are, to be honest. I have got the track map, but there's some track maps that are hard to tell more than anything. But we shall find out soon. And all sleeps has left the session. So that unfortunately might count as a disconnect. We're not going to get any more safety cars, I don't think. So we're not going to get any more safety cars, which means we could be on for something even special on these final few laps. Pazik is getting a bit tense on TX at the moment, because I think it's probably the only battle happening on chat at the moment. The fastest lap at the moment is going to Black Sheep. And will it stay that way? We will find out right now. And we did see how the smallest mistakes could potentially end your race, and you just don't really want that. You don't really want to end your race like that. And it's a bit sad that this could potentially be a chance for Man Hello Baby to close up to Bitto and have a great battle, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. And Sleep's AI goes into the pits. Hopefully Sleeps has joined back, but I'm not entirely sure. But let's follow your race leader. There's not much battling going on. He was challenged earlier on with by Man Hello Baby. Don't forget, he started towards the back of the grid. I did predict that he was going to have a huge comeback. He was very lucky that the safety car came out. But you got to take opportunities with both hands, like I said earlier. And he has driven a superb race. And he's going to go on to take another 25 points to his name very soon. So he comes across the line now. Bitto in the Renault wins in Baku. Dragon comes across the line in P2. Cryptic in third place. Pazik in fourth. TX in fifth. Valu sixth. Black Sheep seventh. But it could be penalties, we never know. We still got a few more people to cross the line, so anything can happen. So Pazik will come across the line in fourth, TX fifth. 3 temps as well, so that was getting intense. Valu in sixth. What about Black Sheep? Black Sheep still across the line in seventh. Sig, last week's race winner, unfortunately can't make it 2 for 2 in street circuits, but he's still gonna come with very decent amount of points. And if I was him, I will be happy with that. So there he goes in 8th position. And what about Set? Set will be coming across the line, I think. He's happy that he's got some points, but he would have got a little bit more than that. And I think Sheep joined just in time to have a cheeky battle there, but Sheep's got P10 and that's the last point as well. And Drive the Day has been given to Bitto on the game, and I've got to say I do agree with that. Bitto's driven phenomenal today, so he gets my driver of the day. So we've got the podium celebrations here today. And we're about to get the results in. So here we go. Hopefully I can scroll through the results this time. Bitto wins from Dragon. Cryptic in third. Pazik fourth. TX fifth. Valu sixth. Black Sheep seventh. Sig 8th. Set 9th. Sleeps 10th. Man Hello Baby 11th. Terrible Bob in 12th. So your times are Man Hello Baby, Terrible Bob, Burke, Higgsy, Bogsvik, Verstappen, and Hydrogen, and Furball. So quite a few retirements today, but it didn't stop us from having some fantastic racing. So thank you very much for watching European Racing Series. We hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did. It's been a lot of fun to commentate on you amazing people. And we are about to end the stream there. And next week, I do believe we go to Canada for round number 9. And Canada is one of my favourite tracks to commentate on it. Some people, I think the ones who say they hate it, I'm like, what's going on with them? Because it's amazing. But it is prone to have a few incidents here and there. But that's what happens, you know. And we'll find out next week what happens. So we'll see you next week for the Canadian Grand Prix. Have a good evening, everybody. And goodbye.